Welcome back everybody to another video from IKMA 2025 Auto World Zone, and we finally got around to getting into the Ducati stand for a couple of beautiful bikes, but we'll kick off with this one, which is the new Hyper Motard V2. And it looks pretty good in the pictures, but in the flesh, my is this a striking motorcycle. It looks fantastic. It's the latest bike to move over to their V2 platform after the Panigale Street Fighter Monster Multistrader. It's a new engine, but also lots of changes across the rest of the bike, and so in this video we'll go through all of the details with everything that you need to know about it. Now, we've been lucky enough to review loads of these new V2 bikes this year. We've done the Panigale Street Fighter, the Multistrader as well. And if you've watched any of those reviews, you'll know that I'm a massive fan of this new V-twin from Ducati. It's an 890, very lively, very free revving, very playful, and I think it'll be right at home in a very playful chassis like the Hyper Motard. There's two tunes of this engine. One's in the Multistrader that's a little bit less powerful. As you might imagine though, they've put the really punchy one in this bike. And so it makes 120 horsepower peak at 10, 750 RPM and 94 Newton meters of peak torque at 8, 250. Tim, believe it or not, mate, they make an A2 version of this bike. So, if you've got the money for a Hyper Motard V2 at that age, then you're doing very well for yourself. But also one of the key features of this V2 engine is the variable intake timing that helps them to give it a really usable spread of torque across the rev range. So, they say 70% of a maximum torque is available right down at 3,000 RPM, but also 80% of maximum torque is available all the way from 4,000 RPM right up to 11,000. I think that's one of the things I really enjoyed about this bike, the really strong mid-range pull that freely revs right up to the top. And so, this is definitely on the hit list for bikes to review for 2026. Oh, sorry, Tim. Before we move, I should add there's a Termini accessory exhaust that adds another 4 horsepower peak, a 5 Newton-me of peak torque, and also sheds 4.1/2 kg. Although I guess that probably is a track system and not road legal. In fact, it's probably this one that we've got right up here. Now, before we get on to some of the chassis changes, I just want to say a massive thanks to Kalamoto for supporting the channel and making this IKMA trip possible. If you're at the show, I've got 25 golden tickets with 12 months of premium membership for free. And so, if you can find me wandering around, then do give me a shout and see if I've got any left, and I'll happily hand one over. For everybody else back home, there's a 10% discount code down in the description below. So definitely check that out if you want a motorcycle-specific navigation app that has its own dedicated algorithm to seek out the best possible curvy and twisty roads, so you rarely have to ride a boring straight one again. It's a brilliant tool for planning tours or little local loops. And so, like I say, more details down in the description below. And a massive thanks to Kalamoto for supporting us and making all this coverage possible. Now, one of the key characteristics of these V2 powered bikes is that they're very minimal in terms of the frame, and you'll see that again with this Hyper motor. Typically, the engine makes up the majority of the structure of the bike. And that means they can keep them very light by not using a lot of frame materials, but also nice and firm and rigid. So yeah, it definitely has its performance benefits.